Hey everyone, Mr. Mocha here. If you enjoy listening to the Old Faces podcast, which of course includes the Dirty Girls Corner with Mrs. Mocha, please subscribe. By subscribing, you'll have access to bonus episodes and new releases early. Also, wherever you get your podcasts, please take a moment and leave a review.
Hello, welcome to another episode of O Faces. I'm your host, Mrs. Mocha, and we're here on the Dirty Girls Corner with lots of friends today, live from Splash Mocha, Houston. We have lots of people here. They're going to go around and introduce themselves. We're going to start with
Fun Size. So I am Fun Size. I'm from Tampa, Florida. And I do have a website coming out. It's called TSC, The Swingers Corner. It's about to launch in December, second week of December. So we're pretty excited about that. Look for us. We're also on Twitter, on The Swingers Corner as well, TSC, The Swingers Corner. So hopefully you guys can check us out. Then we have...
My name is Anya, and I am so excited to be here today.
Yeah.
And in terms of my things that I would be here to plug, I don't have a website, but I have a podcast that just came out this last week called Sexualchemy, and so you can find that anywhere you listen to podcasts, and it's about the intersection between sexuality and some spirituality and just kind of how your sexual wholeness kind of changes who you are and embracing that.
That's interesting. We'll have to go more into
We
depth
can go
on
in
that.
depth.
And then we have Nadi.
Hi, I'm Naughty. This is my first Splash Mocha, so it's been amazing, and I've loved every moment of it so far, other than injuries.
One little mishap. We'll get into that.
But yeah, it's being here, meeting everyone, like putting faces to names has been wonderful, and I'm so happy to be a part of the Slut Sister groups.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Aftercare. I'm from outside of DC. This is my 4th Splash Mocha, and I just love it. It's my escape from reality. You can live out your fantasies, whatever you want to do, and I'm excited to be here.
Vocations.
My name is Vixen. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. This is my first Splash Mocha as well. And I'm just enjoying myself to its fullest. Yeah, I guess that's it.
I'm Pam, also from Boston, Massachusetts. It's also my first Splash Mocha. And I'm just so glad to be among you lovely slut sisters and just slutting it up and enjoying myself with all these fine men.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, yes.
Oh my god, I totally agree. I'm Scarlett. I am from the great city of Houston, Texas, where we're all sitting right now at the first Splash Mocha Houston.
Yep.
So exciting. This is my second splash. I went in Fort Lauderdale with my lovely goddess Anya, and we talked about it on the O Faces podcast, so I'm excited to recap some of our shenanigans.
Just from the week. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're...
Oh yeah, and you can find me on my blog, which is cuckolderscarlet.com. I'll spell that at the end. Nobody can see it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, we'll get there.
Yes, thank you.
I'm Taylor. This is my 3rd splash. I'm from right outside of Birmingham, Alabama. I'm here enjoying the weekend.
Yeah. Like everybody else.
That's it.
Swimming in the sea of penises.
Yes,
just like everybody
yes.
else.
The
So
is amazing.
we do have to start with the Slut Sisters and the kits, only because we've talked about so much shit on Twitter about it.
Yeah.
We do have to give them a little bit of an update on what's happening there.
Right.
We have no idea who's winning, FYI. No fucking clue who's winning. 'Cause I haven't.
We're all winning.
Yes.
Yeah.
No matter what happens,
Pretty
not
sure
all the
we're all
dudes
winning.
I usually go in my room at night. Not last night, obviously. But I'll go in my room at night and update my card, but I haven't looked at it today. Sorry.
And your ticker, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Do you want me to?
Your husband's?
Yeah, my husband, E. He is the one who created the Slut Sister kits.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Scar and I went down to Fort Lauderdale Splash in the summer, he surprised us with these little kits that were, bags full of goodies and things like that. And this time he decided he wanted to expand it into the Slut Sisterhood. And so he just put a ton of work into it. And Miss Naughty over here also did a ton of work on our bags and t-shirts and tumblers, like these amazing little tumblers. So we have I think 15
Yes.
Slut Sisters, but only 12 are here at this event.
Dirty dozen.
Yeah.
Dirty
Yeah.
Dozen. It's the filthy 15.
Yeah.
The Dirty Dozen.
Right.
But yeah, it's just so great. It just creates this sense of camaraderie. Mrs. Mocha has one of the t-shirts on. We have these bags down here that are like, they were our swag bags filled with stuff. And we have everything we could possibly need, like
Yeah.
condoms and lube and
So much
all
stuff.
sorts of other stuff.
He definitely hooked us
Snow
up
bunny
on
rings.
things.
Snow
Yeah.
bunny rings.
We got snow bunny
Snow-
rings, we got
Yeah.
cum rags, we got
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
bingo
The
card.
bingo
Yes.
This
card.
is what we need to go into.
The bingo is the pinnacle, right? And anybody can play
Right.
bingo. You don't have to have a Slut Sister kit if you don't want to. But the bingo cards, just an amalgamation of like there's 6. Here, we'll show the back side of it. So there's 6. It's like a 6x6 of what naughty things you can get up to, and then you get to get a sticker. And then down here are the different prizes that you can win. And so there's different ones that are like more for cuckolding, more for depending on if you get like diagonal lines and anal and all of that kind of stuff. So Miss Naughty is
Killing her
anal
card.
naughty.
I mean, so when I get my anal today, I'm gonna complete anal, ass to mouth, ass to pussy, and then same guy in all 3 holes.
Yeah, there
So
you
that's
go.
gonna be that diagonal, and it's also gonna be a straight line. Yeah.
So you're sitting pretty naughty.
Right, but we did say that we were gonna talk about the golden shower.
Oh
Get
yeah.
there. We need to get there.
Yes.
So Wednesday, Anya had a party in her room, a little pre-party in her room, and one of the Slut Bingo cards, or one of the things on the Slut Bingo card said golden shower.
With witnesses.
With
Yes.
witnesses, right.
Yeah.
So at first we thought a guy was going to pee on them in the shower.
Scarlett and I volunteered as tribute because we wanted
Right.
this. We wanted this off of our bingo cards.
Head start, yeah.
Yeah.
Dive right in.
Yeah. It's the easy one. You just say in the shower, you take a shower, whatever.
Yeah.
So the next day, I see the fucking video. And I'm like, wait, that was not the guy that was in there. That was the lady's leg. So hold on, what happened? So I guess he couldn't pee, which was fine.
They both were going to do it. So there was a guy
Because
and
there was 2 of us. Right?
yeah, there
It
were
was
2
you
of us,
and me.
and so we were
Yeah.
going to see. And originally it was supposed to be these 2 men, and the one of the men has a girlfriend that is here with him, and she has a lot of bull energy. She really
Yeah.
She's the
Yeah,
Bella Bull.
she does.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Fun Size has a little bit of that.
Yeah. It's the spice. Add a little
Add a
spice.
little spice. And so yeah, she's a Bella Bull, and she was like, no, I've got this.
Yeah. Move
And
out of the way.
Move out of the way.
Heel up on the shower. She had a
Bodysuit.
bodysuit to the side and just
Piss everywhere.
all over us.
Yeah.
Encompass. It was a true shower.
And what both of us said was no faces. But what we didn't know is that her man, when he was trying to teach her how to do this properly, he was like, aim for the forehead. Aim for the forehead. And she and I are like, no. So we got some gulps.
Maybe
Some
you're-
big gulps.
We got a couple goals.
Maybe
Yeah.
your hair needed a
Or
little
dying.
piss. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a
Needless
little
to
bit of
say, I
piss.
washed my hair a day earlier than I anticipated.
Right. So that was the infinite. So last night, Mr. Boca helped someone fulfill their golden shower.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Is she
generous of him?
No.
Okay.
No, she didn't come down. She's like, I don't want to do that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, she sent me the video today. I was like, okay. She was all rubbing her chest. I was like, God damn, girl. I got okay.
That's yeah, she definitely got Scarlett and I were like clinging to each other for dear life.
Cover my face.
Like you were in a boat, get ready to go
Right.
down.
Yeah, the Titanic sinking. Yeah.
So that's the golden shower story.
Oh, that's nice.
That was good. So I know we all have like a clicker, not everybody, but
Mhm.
I always have like a number when I come to Mocha, whether or not we're doing the bingo cards or not. I didn't make a goal this weekend. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but every time I make a goal, I feel like I just barely hit it. So I'm like, I'll just do whatever. So what's everybody's number?
I don't have a number in mind so much as I have a side gift that I'm trying to like.
No, like, what's your number currently?
Currently, I'm at 11. Low.
Shit.
I know.
Shit.
I started
Shit.
not very.
It's not very low. I'm at 11 too.
All right.
Well, you're
Imagine
at
with all
10.
those things on the bingo card.
After
I
care?
know.
I thought you would have.
No, I'm actually at 10. I'm
You're
at
at
12
10?
now. Actually, I'm at 12.
You're oh.
Oh.
After
Oh.
care?
I started my week Tuesday night, so I think I'm at 7.
Okay. Still killing it. Still
Nice.
killing it.
I'm at 10.
Okay.
10.
So starting yesterday morning between sucking dick and fucking, like 8 or 9 we counted.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's
Okay.
second
Yes.
dinner. I guess
Yeah,
I've had
we
more
spent
than
Oh,
a
yeah,
that.
for sure.
Second dinner house,
Yeah.
So separate ticker for that.
Scarlett?
I'm at 10.
Taylor?
I'm in 6.
I love Taylor.
I'm in
Get
6.
to work.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Tonight is when the body count happens, though.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
She
Had
went
it
from,
not
like-
been for her like pre-party on Wednesday, I wouldn't even be at the number that I'm at.
Yeah,
Sure,
it would.
yeah.
16 now. Yeah.
Oh, you got 2 more this morning.
But yeah, if we wouldn't, because that was like 8 or 9 that night in your room.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoever
yeah.
was there, I was fucking. I'm like, oh, we're getting this?
All right,
Okay.
all right, all
Getting
right.
it in. Yeah,
Get it
yeah. So, anyways, any fun stories from the weekend, ladies?
I want to hear from Naughty.
What?
Naughty, you have just been the trooper of the century,
Oh,
girl.
yeah.
For real.
Oh, we should talk, if you want to talk about your incident.
Yeah, so it's not the most fun story, but Thursday night I was putting on some new purple heels for the plum purple night,
Right.
and I hadn't worn them. They're about 6 inches tall,
Mm.
and I was walking out of my room. I took about 5 to 10 steps, and then I was like, "Cuck, I can't wear these." So I was like, "Go get my sandals, please." And I was like, "I'm gonna bust my ass," and then I busted my ass. So
Before he got back, yeah.
before he got back, and then he was trying to help me take off my shoe by having me stand on one foot.
Oh.
And that's when I rolled that ankle, and so the next morning, well, so then,
I didn't even know that part.
yeah, so
I didn't realize that was. I thought you fell
Yeah.
on the shoe.
Yeah.
Walking and went.
then, no, so yeah, and then, I felt fine, liquor, having a great time, energy, everything was great. And then I was dancing on the dance floor, grinding up on somebody, and then I face planted into the dance floor. So I busted my lip. I tasted blood, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Yes.
Listen, the best part of that was she was so, I think you were a little fucked up.
Oh yeah.
So she
Yeah.
walks outside, literally, we were all fucked up.
Yeah, we were.
This weekend,
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely.
She walks outside with ice on her nose, and she was like, "Oh my god!" But she's coming to smoke. I was like, "Okay." I'm thinking she's broken her nose, and she took it down. She was like, "No, it's just my lip." And then she was like, "Yeah, but it feels fine." She's sitting there like, "It feels fine. It feels fine." And she was like, "This is starting to hurt a little
Yeah.
bit." I would hope so. My only concern, of course, I may have been a little trash myself, was like, are all of your teeth intact?
That's the first thing
Who
I
cares
checked. Whenever I felt
about-
I was like, "Okay, my teeth. Okay, good. They're still there." But yeah. So my lip is still swollen. It looks like I have lip injectors right now.
Hey,
so
so
there
it was free.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like when I'm putting my moisturizer on, I'm like, "Oh god," and then when I'm sucking dick, I'm like, "Oh god, this hurts."
Don't hit
but
my lip.
I still power through it. I'm still doing it.
Just put some Orajel up there. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Numb the shit up, man. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
What's the stuff they give you at the dentist to like numb your gums before you
Lidocaine.
get shot? Yeah. You just need to put some up
Right.
there.
And her dick's gonna be gone. Walk around with a numb dick and Splash Mocha.
That'll be fine.
So the next morning, I woke up. Well, at first, I was moaning because I was in pain. I was like, "Oh, okay, this hurts," And my husband, he's like, "Look, I know you just got fucked like 2 hours ago, but can you not masturbate right now?" And I was like, "I'm not masturbating. My fucking ankle hurts." And then he looked at it and he tried touching it, and I just started crying because it was painful. So we went to the ER that morning.
Oh wow.
Good times.
Yeah, good
Good
times.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times at Mocha.
Yes.
Well,
So, but that was
Is
the
that
only
a
like
bingo card?
bad
Right,
thing,
right.
right?
We
It
gotta
should be.
think of a better story for
Right?
you.
I know, right? It's just
That's
it's my
pretty
clumsiness. Yeah.
The best part though is that because I'm very similar to her when it comes to like doctors and shit like that. Like if I'm good, I never lie. If some shit happened at a party, it fucking happened at a party. I'm gonna go in and be like, so I was on this dude's dick and I squatted the wrong way and I fucked up my hip. And they're like, oh, do you have multiple sex partners? Yes.
Yes,
I
I certainly do.
Today or in general?
And let's just really be honest, that question is really invasive every year when you go in and they ask you how many sex partners you have, and I'm like, that is none of your fucking business.
I literally just don't care.
Just
My
pull out your
doctor-
counter.
But yeah, like
Slam
like
that.
today or like
Everybody's like, take a waxer, you know, because whenever I'm getting waxed, I'm like, I want you to get all that shit out because I'm gonna go get fucked this weekend. I don't know how many guys I'm fucking, but I'm gonna get fucked this weekend, and I want this whole gone.
Yeah.
And the guy was doing my nails. He was like, "Oh, are you going to Vegas?" And I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna go get fucked by a bunch of black men."
It's a BBC party, thank you.
Yeah. So you know, I'm not shy about that either.
And I'm sure they went home and Googled what the hell that even means. Because a lot of people I don't think know that Queen of Spades
And I'm like,
or anything
yeah.
like that. They think you're like a poker player. Or something
Yeah.
like that. They don't know that that's an
I can't.
actual like thing.
Identify as
I
that.
didn't even know it. He said that's not how it works.
I didn't know
That's
that.
interesting.
So
That's
if
correct.
you're married to a bull, then it's not you're not technically a Queen of Spades.
That's
You're
right.
just
Oh.
married to a bull.
Yeah.
But I didn't, until we started coming to Mocha events, I didn't understand a lot of things. Like, I'm looking at him like, I thought I know a lot of stuff, but I don't. I definitely do not. So I remember the first Mocha in Atlanta, I've got my phone Googling shit because people are around me talking. And I'm Googling stuff like, oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, I totally know about that. Yeah, I just heard it on Google 15 seconds ago.
I'm an expert now.
Saying that to say there's always new shit to learn.
Yes.
There's
Absolutely.
no matter if you've been a swinger, if you're a vixen, if you're a stag, if you're a cuck, if you're a Queen of Spades, no matter who the fuck or what the fuck you are, there's always something
I've
else
been
to
doing
learn.
it for 10 years, and I've been learning so much. Like the past month and a half, I'm like, holy fuck, I didn't know any of this stuff.
Right,
Mhm.
right. And that comes down there. Now I want to talk about, because we've had Scarlett and Anya on before, and Fun Size and Taylor. Have you been on before, Taylor?
No, not
you
yet.
haven't.
I was supposed to.
So we're going to talk about, I want you guys to tell a little bit about you guys' dynamics. We'll start with Taylor. What's your...
Oh no. You start with the most
most
complicated one.
Just say it's a situation. That's okay,
I mean,
too.
I mean, I'm in a DS dynamic with a bull, and I'm a submissive vixen cuck queen.
Okay.
So that's a lot. So.
Listen, I'm the same way because I didn't know what I identified as.
Yeah.
I'm holding quotation fingers if Mr. Mocha doesn't post a video. Because I hadn't, like I said, I didn't know what a vixen and stag was. I didn't know any of those terms. I was always just like, yeah, we're swingers. But I didn't realize there was so much more outside of that realm.
So I mean, I come from like every single direction in the lifestyle because it's, you know, the like kink side of it, and then the like stag vixen dynamic tying into that kink side, and then also being a female cup. So, it's
so you're a dirty slut.
Yeah.
And you're a dirty slut submissive, which is yes. But I used to be that with Mr. Mocha. Like I was his submissive, but then we got too far into like the swinger stuff and the other stuff, and it was for us we couldn't mix that because I'm very much when I go out. Obviously, everyone that's ever been around me, you know, I'm social. I'm fucking who I want. I'm doing da da da.
That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean,
so, but in the beginning, he was like, so we like kind of made the rule that I was more of like his submissive at home, and we would do like our shit at home, and then when we were out, like it was just do whatever you want to do. There's no rules, blah blah blah, because it got like super annoying to me, and it was too much to mix together.
I mean,
you know?
we kind of like agreed that the balance was going to be like just one night is going to be the one night where like he kind of has a say, like it's tonight, but he knows that I'm trying to make up for not doing much on Thursday, so you know
There's but the good thing about
it's a balance.
Yeah, the good thing about that dynamic though is a lot of people think that being a submissive just means that you just do whatever the fuck your bull says, but it's not.
No.
It's about her pleasure also, and
Right.
there's always good compromise if you're with a good dom, I think.
Yes.
That's just with my
Absolutely.
experience, because I've met a bunch of fake doms and I'm like, oh, no, I can't, I'm sorry. No, that's not real. I can't do you. I can't do you, I'm sorry.
I can't take you seriously.
Yeah, exactly. We can't do that. So, okay, so that's Taylor.
For me, this whole experience has been really different for me because I've kind of come from like the swinger groups and the unicorn as the group, or slut. But as a single female at that time, but up until recently, and I'm here with my guy now. So we've kind of been exploring like the hot wife, vixen stag dynamic, and like it's really awesome that I found somebody that's kind of into that and totally supports it,
Right.
and, like
Absolutely.
egging me on
Yep.
at the glory hole. Like, I can't
Yeah.
But so that dynamic is very new to me, but I've seen it, with you and Vixen and your husband. So it's definitely been a learning experience, but I'm really enjoying learning about it.
And it's always good to have an insider on certain things like that, because I was very blessed with Mr. Mocha being in lifestyle way before me.
Yeah.
So my transition was way easier. He was like, this is what I do, this is how we're gonna do it, da 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 da. Are you good with that? Well, I guess so. Let's try it.
I feel like that's what you
let
said
you know
to
if
your
I don't
guy.
like
Like, you pretty much went out from the beginning when you met him and was like, this is who I am, these are my
Right.
people.
Right.
And he was like so welcoming
so
to the whole
yeah.
thing. And now my husband's like, I have a friend.
Yeah.
They have like a romance.
And it's so, like I said, it's so much better if we've told, Mr. Mocha and I have told like a few of the single dudes, like, cause they're like, oh, I don't want to like overwhelm her with that from the beginning, but I was easier overwhelmed from the beginning than us talking for 8 months and him throwing that on me.
Right.
I don't know I would have felt like I was lied to, or, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's the best way to go. Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Hey, this is who we are. This is how we are. This is what I want. If you don't like that, kick rocks.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I told myself from the beginning was like, I don't want to give up who I've become, because it was a long road to get there. To kind of find my independence and my inner slut and all that, and just be open and feel myself. So he knew that from the get-go, and I was way more experienced in the lifestyle than him, and but he's had some like informal experience, but he's kind of jumped right into the deep end, and he's been a real good sport.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
And my husband and I have been doing this for 15 years now.
Okay.
But we never realized that it had like a title, right?
Right.
Community,
So
yeah.
for a long time, we just did this, like, I would go out on dates, like, single guys. They weren't really bulls, they were just single guys
Right.
I was fucking. And
Right.
it got our fantasies going, but it wasn't really what we were looking for. And so we kind of switched over to the swinger side of things for a while. We still do. Most of our friends are swingers, so full swap. And we were laughing because, we knew when we got here what we're all here for the same thing.
Right.
But when you go to like a swinger party, you're like, well, I want to be in this bed next to this person. I want to look at you, but I don't want to be in the same room. And you're like, every couple has different rules.
Yeah.
Some are like, do whatever you want. Some are like, no, I need to be there. You need to ask me. You need to do
Right.
this. You need to do that. And so, yeah, we just found the whole thing overwhelming. Even though we've had so much fun in the swinger life, we've found that when we come back to this, it's where we're the most
This is your
comfortable.
tribe. Yeah.
It's a very clear dynamic here.
Right.
Everyone comes with the same
It makes it very
agendas to
simple.
these. Yes.
Yeah.
When,
And my
like you were
husband
saying.
really does like to watch me.
Right.
And a lot of times people ask us, "You don't let him play?" I'm like, "It's not that I don't let him.
He doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to.
This is what gets him up.
Right.
I'm his.
So
No,
is he a
porn
voyeur?
star.
Is he a cuck? Is there a
I would
name?
say he's a stag.
Okay.
But he does have cuck tendencies. Like he's
Okay.
curious about being caged. He's I've given him a little denial here and there to this weekend, but then I also enjoy when he takes me back. So
Right.
that
Reclaim
that's
the pussy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and I know some people have more denial than I like fucking my husband, so like
Right.
I want to afterwards. So
Right.
those are
It's like a reconnect.
yeah.
Like we always, we like kind of made a rule now. Like if we don't fuck all weekend, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just make sure I'm the last. But that's all we've ever
We do
said.
that too.
Because I'm tired. I just fucked 10 or 12 dudes. Like I don't know how I'm gonna feel. You're
Right.
fucking. I'm fucking. Like what's gonna? I don't want to say I'll need you to fuck me after every penis. That's impossible. Like, there's no way.
No,
Or
you're
I'm
good.
gonna fuck you after every
Right.
every
Oh
pussy
my
that you
God.
fuck. There's no way.
No
We
way.
wouldn't even be out of our room. So
In fact.
yeah.
Right.
So that's really, and that's not even a rule. That's just the reconnect for us.
Yeah.
And then we can, go back to our regular old
Right.
crazy life.
At home, I feel like we have to explain a lot of things to a
Mhm.
lot of different people about how this works.
Right.
And here we just feel like
Everyone
knows.
knows.
Just home.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're just
Right.
home.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my husband feels the same way. He
Yeah.
says to me all the time, he's like, these are our people.
Mhm.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
we love the swing
Nice.
life.
Nice.
We love the swing life and we love our swing friends and
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun with, our friend here, our unicorn
Yeah.
friend. But, we just know where we're the most
Swing life is
comfortable.
different though, but
It is.
and I've told so many people this. There's just a lot more dynamics. You don't know if they're soft swappers, if they just
Right.
want to
Well,
watch
that's it,
everybody, if they've never been to a swing club or a party ever before, and they're looking like a deer in headlights. Like it's just a lot harder room to read.
Yeah.
Here, somebody's like, "Oh, hey, fun size, what's up? You want to go fuck?" And she's like, "Yeah." It's so much easier
Just give
here.
your husband the look and you're like, okay. I'm
Yeah,
good. I'm
yeah.
good.
Or they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up, beautiful? Hi, where are you going right now?"
Wherever you take me.
Exactly. So it's very simple. I love that.
Yeah.
It's not as, I don't want to say swinger parties are stressful, because if it's like Fun Size and her husband, easy. We know their dynamics. So if it's a
Right.
smaller group of people that we know these are their dynamics, the guessing is taken out.
Right.
You
We
know?
have a group of people that we spend a lot of
Right.
time with. And we
Right.
kind of know where
Circle.
everybody's
You have
at.
a circle.
We do. Yeah.
Exactly.
And so we know, okay, we do this here and this here. But then even still, you get to that point where they've experienced something that maybe they haven't envisioned, or something happens, and then you kiss a husband and the wife freaks out. And you're like, okay, I've been with you at all these parties like 20 times. I kissed your husband, now you're pissed off? I don't understand.
Wow.
Whatever.
I kissed your husband, but then just last week I sucked his dick.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And you didn't care. And you didn't
That was
care
fine.
about it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
okay.
I literally, I think I don't get annoyed or like impatient about anything, but that is like my biggest thing. How can I kiss your husband, or can't kiss your significant other,
Right.
but I can suck his dick?
Yeah.
And I know that some people that I've talked to that actually have that dynamic, they've said that's intimate for them, or which is understandable. As I always say, to each their own. Okay, but that's just not something like, you said and everybody else said, it's not something that's easy to understand.
We
We're
won't
touching
do it.
every body part.
We won't do it.
What?
We
Oh, you won't
we
play
won't-
with them.
yeah, we won't
You
play
won't
with
play with them.
I mean, it's just something that goes along with fucking, right? It's just there is an
sort of
intimacy.
connection.
You need to
Right.
have that chemistry, that intimacy, that
Yeah.
In the end, take your husband. I don't want your husband. I don't.
Yeah.
I
Right.
have my husband. I go home with my husband. You go home with your husband.
Right.
This is what fucking. And I want to kiss him, and I want to be sensual with him, but we just
Right.
won't do it. It's just something that we can't do. I mean, it's we tried. There's a couple in Florida. They're always calling us, and I just can't. I can't, because it's just one rule, and I'm like, I can't.
For a lot of years, I could just do whatever. Like, oh, this is what we're doing? Okay. Super simple. But then, as I've gotten older, lifestyle,
Right.
I've leveled up. Yeah. So I do need more foreplay, or if it's in a group setting, the vibe is there. So that's kind of my foreplay. Everything, all these things are happening around me, so I don't need as much. But if it's just one-on-one
Yeah.
with just one person, I do need a little more.
With a
You can't
couple,
just
right. Yeah.
bring in your penis
And that's it.
just oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do that though. I was just okay, this is what we're doing. But now I need just a little more, not a
Yeah.
lot, you know?
You gotta fluff me just
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
this much.
Exactly. just lick it for a second.
Right.
5 seconds gets her going. You know, she's super sensitive. So we're there. Okay, aftercare. What are your dynamics?
My dynamics is I was sitting here and I was doing the math in my head because you said like 15 and then I went back. I realized at the age of 22 and I'll be 47 next month that I was part of a stable. And I didn't know it then, but I know it now. I mean, I knew that he had like, he had his girlfriend, but then he has like 5 others. So it was kind of like a stable.
Oh, his main chick. That's what we call that in Atlanta.
Right. Well, I wasn't his
You were the main.
chick. I wasn't the main chick.
Okay.
I was
The steady.
I was
Gotcha.
So and I realized that, and then I was back before like all the websites and stuff like that, and it started probably you too, like in the Yahoo chat groups.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. I was like, oh, we're dating. I'm dating myself now, and then starting.
But they had those when I first got in lifestyle, because I remember Trapeze actually added me to some group, and I was like, Daddy, what is this? And he was like, that's a chat group. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever used it.
and going through that, and then I don't like to put labels on anything because I feel you ebb and flow.
Right.
Like when I first got into it, I got into it as a swinger, and then I was like, oh, but then I get into the kink side of things, and then as you get older, you know what you want. I've pretty much done everything.
Right.
Because my philosophy is try it once. If you don't like it, you can stop it.
Right.
And, you know, or keep on doing it. And now I've done all the gangbangs and all of that. You know, I've done the 13 and 90 minutes.
Right.
You know, and I've done all that. Now I'm more to like the one-on-ones. You got to, right, now that I'm getting older and stuff. Do I still have my moments? Yeah. Well, I'll probably be downstairs in the glory hole room tonight on the bench. Yes.
See
I'm gonna get first dibs. I waited last night, damn it. And my ass is getting in that stirrup today. But yes, as I get older, and I always say I truly believe one person cannot satisfy all your needs, physically, emotionally, whatever. And who am I to have one person? I'm in an open relationship now, but I'm believing I don't even want to be in a relationship. I want multiple relationships across all genres. Because you never know what you're going to wake up that morning feeling what you need.
You're making your own stable.
So I'm creating my own stable, and I do have my own stable now. I've reversed it. If I am finding that I want this today, I'm going to be calling you. If I want this today, I'm going to be calling you. And so, because everyone,
I need to get one of those.
but everyone has their, and also said that everyone has their own skill set.
Yeah.
Your husband is good at something for you.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, right? So everyone has their own skill set. So it depends on what you feel that day. Don't limit yourself. Don't think you have to be a label to anything. And this just goes back to my background. Just be free and experiment. And it's whatever. And as the older you get, you're going to learn things, and and don't beat yourself up. And my thing is, and if you are in a situation, if someone does turn you down, as females, we're like something good, honey, there's 10 million other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't take it personally.
Don't take it personally. I've been turned down here, and I was like, okay, I'm not your cup of tea, I'll move on to the next one. So this is some good pussy, but I lost, I was trying to do some matching things down there, but you never knew what's happening, but
But as much as the girls, there's women that get their feelings hurt, the men are the same.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You just have to, I've said this on a million episodes, you're not gonna be everyone's fucking cup of tea.
No.
You're just not. You're not for everybody. It doesn't mean you're ugly. Doesn't mean that. It means that there's something that they're not attracted to about you, but it may be the same on 15 other people.
Or there's
if
no
that makes
chemistry.
sense.
There's just no
Right.
chemistry
Yeah.
there. I mean, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
You just move on.
yes, you
It's
just
like
move on
every
because there's
person.
other, right? Because
Right.
there's just others.
And I realized at this event too that there are some men that are more needy than others. Like they need more talking to, because originally I'm just like, oh, you want to give me some peanuts? Because I just thought, oh, that's what you did.
Right.
Yeah.
For the most part, that does work. But for some men I do realize like they need more touch or like more like this, and I'm not that I don't love them, but I won't play with them because I'm not good at
Emotions.
right. You can say it that way.
That's how I am. I'm like, I'm not
that.
yeah.
We're not here to like
Touchy-feely,
play
whatever.
and
Right.
talk. And
I don't-
I just want to feel. We're not just gonna. Yeah, exactly.
If you're like my friend and I know you, and that's fine. You can come in my room. We can have shots and chat all night. That's fine. But I have a wall.
Yeah.
And it takes me a minute to let that down because I need to know that you're not crazy. You don't have any like ill intention, like because I could fuck 1,000 men, but I'm still in love with my husband.
Right.
You know, and I think there's a lot of women that I don't want to say a lot of women. There's a percentage of women that fuck single males to get something they're not getting at home. That's not always, but there are certain things that are missing from their own relationships, and I have had many friends that have been this way, and they look for that in that single guy. For me, that's scary because I'm like, well, what if we're missing that? Like, I couldn't look for that in someone else.
Right.
You know, like I don't want that. Like, if you can't give it to me, then we're not doing this anymore. Right. And I told Mr. Mocha that before. He was like, "Oh, really? Oh, I'm being serious." He was like, "Well, we're not gonna not do it." But Mr. Mocha is also as much of a bull as he is with me. He's very soft. He's very okay. He's a lot more compliant than he was when we met.
But see, I like that about my husband. My husband, like, if a bull puts his hands on my neck, I'm coming instantly. But if my husband does it, I just laugh. I'm like, that's like not even funny. And, but like if I'm with someone else in that dynamic, I'm just like, yep, choke me more.
Yeah.
Like, I want it all.
At one point in time,
but he's like my little teddy bear. Like he's the one that like nurtures me and loves me and like you know, and then he just puts the honey pot on last night.
It's funny though that you say that because there was an actual girl last night that sat outside. She said that he's my emotional support. I love fucking other people. I love him and I love fucking him at the end of the night, but he is my like emotional support. Even Mr. Mocha, the reason when we stopped doing the whole sub-dom thing is because he started caring about me too much. He's like, I can't hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. Even though I want it. He didn't want to do it to me because he's like, I just can't hurt you anymore. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to find somebody else to do it. I need a little hurt. So, but yeah, I mean, he can do that to anybody else. He just, when it comes to me, like, he's like, are you okay?
You're ruining it by asking me.
Hi, Daddy, I'm fine.
Okay. Did that hurt too much?
I'm fine. But
hard and deeper, please.
Right. Aftercare, that was great.
Thank you.
Hey, okay, my turn. So we are in a cuckolding dynamic. My husband, he is caged. He does get denial. We recently had a conversation, you know, we do the caging, you know, from time to time. Anytime I'm going to play with anyone, he's going to have a cage on. And then, you know, if I'm not playing for a period of time, he's not going to be caged. Because that's just mean.
Right.
So, but he's been caged this whole weekend.
Okay.
He is throbbing and going insane and just like loving all the smells and tastes of everything that's going on. And we recently talked about, you know, when I get someone steady, he's going to be permanently caged and just milked.
Okay.
But yeah, I do love fucking him. He's going to be fucking me after Mocha. Because he's going to, well, he's also going to come probably less than a minute. But he's going to be like, oh my God, you're loose pussy, yes. And I'm like, I'm still tied though. But yeah, so we're in the couple, we've been in the lifestyle since we started dating, so 10 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What I think is really special about this gathering of women is like we're all in so many different dynamics. But what we all have in common is we are sexually empowered sluts. Like at our core, that is what brings all of us together. And I think that it's just incredible this little community we've been able to build, talking about, you know, dealing with rejection, some of the hard things that we experience in life. So we have one another to offer solidarity and hold space and just be with one another, and then, you know, hold your legs while you're getting fucked too.
Cuddle each other while you're getting pissed.
Anything you need, I got you. I'm your stepsister, you know, and I just.
Can you hold me while I get pissed off?
On that
I need
topic too, like I've never had a community like this before.
Yeah.
I don't have lifestyle friends.
Yeah.
So having you ladies was amazing. You know, just we're talking to each other. You know, we've been messaging. Okay, what do you think of this person? What do you think of this person? You know, just like having that kind of camaraderie. Like there's no hate between us.
It's a family.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
family.
And I love it. I think it's awesome.
Competition. We don't say,
No.
"Oh, you look hot," but "Oh, I look terrible." Like it's
No.
like
Yeah, there's
it's not like that. We tell each other we
100%
look hot, but we
supportive
look
community
hot.
of women.
Yeah.
Like
We lift each other
100%.
up.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
lift each other
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she was getting fucked last night and like I'm holding her hand, I'm high fiving her, you know.
I felt it too. We're each other's hype. We're hype.
Yes.
sisters.
Yes.
Hype slut sisters.
Yeah.
Totally.
The energy.
Yes.
That's what you need to have
Yes.
the positive
You want
energy.
there is more than enough.
Yeah.
To go around for everyone.
Agreed. And it's great that Mocha was like able to kind of bring all that together.
Yes.
Because
Oh, totally.
had we not ever went to Mocha, but I would have never met Scarlett, or Anya, or anybody else. Because I think Mike introduced us.
Yes.
Well, not formally, but we started talking, and then you
I met you
were
through
like,
Scarlett.
oh,
I said
I
you
got
have
this
to be my
friend.
slut
This
sister.
really
She belongs
tailored
with
through
the
Twitter, right?
It
Weren't we
was
Twitter?
it was kind of a combination of Twitter and Michael.
Okay. All
But
right.
Michael's the one that was
The glue.
like text you and text them and go to their party.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then
So-
so that was
Mm-hmm. And then again, we met you guys at Mocha.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
So
did.
even down to Carrie and Megan, I think pandemic did a lot for us because we didn't play for like 5 months because no matter what your political views on, we're not going to talk about it, COVID or whatever, but that's on you. That's whatever you do. But I was scared and I didn't want to risk my kids at anything. So we didn't play for a very long time. And then Carrie and I started talking more, and we were friends, but we weren't like how we are now. Same with Megan. And then, like I said, everything, I'm kind of all over the place, but everything kind of flourished because of pandemic for us.
Right.
Because we didn't even realize that, I didn't realize, I guess, how much fun I was not having at certain parties because I would just go there, get drunk, and fall asleep because it just wasn't my interest. There weren't certain, like you said, you don't know. It was stressful for me because I'm a very non-confrontational person.
Right.
So I don't want to have to walk up to you and be like, hey, are you a soft swapper? Are you a full swap? Are you, you know, like, right. So like if we're talking and you say, hey, do you guys play? Like I can do that. But it felt like you talked to, you know, you're at a hotel like this and there's 150 rooms and you've talked to 100 couples that aren't playing. So what do you do at that point? At that point, I'm like, where are the shots? I'm gonna have some shots. If you guys want to fuck Mr. Mocha, have at it. I'm gonna go to bed.
Well, my thing too is when you go and you're saying that no one's fucking when you're at these events, right? I can go to a bar and have a drink and have a conversation with
Right.
someone,
Right.
So if I go to a party, I'm fucking. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not walking in and I'm not getting a drink and I'm not socialized. If I will see you and say, hey, wanna go upstairs?
Yeah.
More times than not, I'm like one of the first people upstairs. I was like, I'm here to fuck. I can go
Yeah,
and
yep,
have a
exactly.
conversation anywhere.
Right.
Right. So.
It's like me. I'm always the first one naked
Yes.
at every party. It's like naked.
Yes.
Honestly, like people are so surprised by that, but it really does get the party started.
Oh, yeah. It does.
By
Yes.
taking off
Nice.
your clothes.
Wednesday
Everybody's
night,
like, oh, okay, it's time for everything
Mrs.
to happen.
Mocha walked in, and I said, I'm seeing it. She's getting naked. The party is starting right now. I know. This is the moment.
I always
Yes.
feel like at home when we go to these parties, we're not fucking till 4 a.m. I'm like,
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah.
here since 7 p.m.
Yeah.
That's what I would have grabbed your hand and go, come on! I was like, oh no, I can't do
I was like,
that.
her, like,
Yeah, you make it.
Oh yeah.
So we have friends. They're from Orlando. They have a podcast called Mixed Nuts.
Yes.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
And
They were on.
They were on. Oh yes, they were.
Mhm.
That's we
Party
were,
weekend,
That's
yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
And she's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll call her Miss Mixed Nuts. I don't know what she's
Yeah.
called, but she
Big booty
is
is how we're gonna call
big
it.
booty. Yes, she does have
Big
big
booty
booty. and she has
Judy.
a fun,
Yeah.
Yes, big booty Judy. We call her Big Booty Judy. Big Booty Judy comes in when we're at parties, and sometimes before I'm naked, she's like, "What the hell you doing with clothes on? Let's get," and she'll come out naked. She's like, "Are we gonna have this party? Go ahead and start sucking Mr. Mixed nuts." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that." So we're like, both of us are like, and we just get this party started. You know, sometimes you just have to get there. Because if not, no one will do it.
Yes, Anya and I have we have a little strategy that works quite well.
It does.
Yeah, I just eat her pussy.
She just starts.
That's what
Yes, I'm pretty good. I'm gonna eat your pussy. And everyone's like, whoo.
That's the catalyst.
Yeah, that's
so whatever you gotta do to get it started.
But see, for me, like I am the person who needs more of like a sensual connection with somebody. So I do need the party for a little bit of time to know who I want to fuck. Because if I haven't gotten in here with you, like I'm probably not super interested. Now, gangbangs like last night, I'm like, okay, it's like,
let's go.
I'm filling up the bingo card. Like that's
So
and as you were walking into your thing, I saw that.
She was in the stocks. Yeah.
Oh my
God. I was next.
Like I was saying before, though, too, in a group environment, it's much easier. If you know this is what we came in here for, we're all just gonna fuck, that's fine. But it makes it so awkward when you're one-on-one and you don't have any type of vibe or chemistry. Because then you're like, so what are we gonna do?
That's telling him, I was like, hi, okay, I am naughty, and you are, okay. And then he's just standing there, I'm like, okay. I take my dress off, I bend over, hey, you wanna see my butt plug? And then it starts.
Naughty, you were made for the Dirty Girls Corner.
Yeah.
Girl, you have arrived.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
But all that being said, I think we've talked about your dynamic before.
Oh yeah.
We? You can go back. Oh, we skipped Anya.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I've been on.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you were intending to skip us.
So our dynamic. I mean, we're more of the swingers. We play together. I tend to be more of a dom.
Surprise.
I'm the dom. I'm the dom. Yes. Anya and I we met yesterday, and we're like, she comes up to me. She's like, "Oh, you're fun size," and I'm like, "That's me." And she's like, "Yes, I heard you." So I am the dom. I'm also my husband's cheerleader too.
Of course.
Oh yeah. I'm his biggest cheerleader. It's like, big, fuck her real hard. And I'm talking to the girl. I'm coaching her. I'm like, tell him, give it to me, daddy. Give it to me, daddy. And I, you know, I'm that wife. You know, just
amazing.
And I coach him. I'm his biggest cheerleader. And the girl's like, that shit was hot. I'm like, thank you.
I'm far from like dominant, but I know there's been like several times that Mr. Mocha's like, come over here and hold her legs up or hold her shoulders while I'm fucking or whatever, and I get like, oh weird. I'm like, I'm in my head. He's fucking, having a great time, and I'm like, wonder if she's okay. Wonder if she's okay. Is she okay with me holding her shoulders like this?
I'm also fishing. So I'm like the fisher. I'm like,
yeah.
And I reel them in.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you an experience we had. We went to a party in Florida, and there was this young 24-year-old, or she's about 24 years old. She was dating an ex-NFL player.
Okay.
And fine as hell. I was like, ooh, okay, yeah, I gotta work on her so I can
get to
him.
Love it.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, you are like new here, right? I've never seen you. And she's like, yeah, we're just here to look. I'm like, okay. And then I'm talking to her, I'm like, listen, there's no pressure. Don't let anybody force you into anything. Everything's gonna be okay. And I'm just stroking her. And I'm like,
she's like, okay.
And I'm like, it's gonna be good. And I'm like, you are so sexy, right? I'm like,
trying to take off my shirt. You're okay.
Listen, so then Nick's like, my husband goes and he's like, he goes into the bathroom. He says, next thing I know, there's like 20, 25 people around in this big bathroom. It's in a mansion. In this bathroom, I had this girl, the newbie, I'm just here to watch, her legs cocked up, I'm eating the shit out of her.
Love it.
And her boyfriend's just holding her back, right? He's just holding. We were sitting on this big tub, but he's just sitting there and he's holding her, and I have her legs up here, and I'm just going at it.
Damn,
and then I
fun
come,
size?
and then I come up here, and
Yeah.
I give her a kiss, and I'm just like kissing her sensually. And I look at her, and I grab her by her hair, and I says, "Are you ready to fuck?" She's like, "Yes." I said, "Let's go, honey." And we fucked the shit out of both of them. So he had his way. I had my way with him. I was like, yes.
That is how to
Picture
fuck.
fun size with this big NFL player.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We had a great time.
Those are always the best.
Yeah.
Those are
It
always
was
the best.
fun.
The newbies are always the best because there's been
Yes.
several newbies that we've played with and didn't know that they were even newbies. Until years later when we saw them again, they're like, "Oh, you broke our virginity." Oh, well, I wouldn't have never known because you guys just jumped right in.
Yes, we like newbies also. My
Yeah.
husband and I, we love newbies. Only because they need coaching and they're
Yes.
just scared, and I tend to be that. Oh, just take your
Nurturing.
time.
She's
It's
nurturing.
like, I was telling my cook the other day, I was like, I feel like I'm a very vanilla person. It was like, because all these things that everyone's talking about and all these things.
What?
Yeah, well, that's because our dynamic started differently because our dynamic started gangbangs. Just a bunch of gangbangs all the time. And then now, it's more one-on-one. And I'm just like, I feel like I don't know anything about the lifestyle, but, I'm getting there.
It's
I
a
would
lot to learn.
consider that vanilla though. Like I said, we had been in several years, and until we came to Mocha, there were still so many things that I didn't realize I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, I'm not as freaky as I thought I was.
Mrs. Mocha, I want to share a story real quick.
Go.
'Cause I was listening to Fun Size talk about being a dom, and I can tell by her.
Are you not wearing panties?
No, she is.
is.
I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure. I just about an hour ago, I ball busted my girlfriend's cuck. Have y'all ever done that?
No.
It was fucking awesome.
I told you were gonna
I
love
can't
it.
say enough about it. So
Gemini.
they're in a
So
dominant,
explain it.
submissive.
Explain that for the people that don't understand.
Sure.
Yeah.
So ball busting, or they call it CBT, cock and ball torture. So they're in a dominant submissive dynamic. She is the dominant, and she is so incredibly dominant.
Yeah.
Like, it oozes from her.
Yeah.
And he is the submissive. So she sends me a message. She goes, "Would you like to come over and ball bust my cock?" And I said, I think I would. I think that would hit the
Nice.
spot right now.
Right.
So I knock on their door and I go in, and he's got his hands behind his back. He's blindfolded, and he's got his legs spread, and his little dicklet was it was really easy. I didn't have to actually touch it. It was in like a sling or something.
Okay.
It looked like a banana hammock. And she shows me, to just kind of kick his balls. And I've never done this before.
Were you like, ouch? Am I hurting him?
I asked the questions. I said, okay, what's green, what's yellow, what's red? I certainly don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So we kind of established
In
all
a way
of
he
that.
doesn't want to be heard.
Right.
Precisely. And she showed me. We established that, and I gave him a kick. And it just felt amazing.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kick him again.
Feels
And I kicked him a third time, and then a fourth time, and it just kept going.
And you just kept kicking.
I was wearing high heels when I took them off.
Oh.
I did it with my barefoot, but yeah.
Interesting.
It's empowering to do
It's
it.
so empowering.
And to do it. And I had this one guy who liked his cock bit.
Oh.
So we're so trained not to use our teeth.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yes. And then he was like, "Oh no, I like it." And it took me a while to get into it. I was like, "Oh, I could chomp down like support or something." And I was like, "Oh, you got so much power that they're giving to
Yes.
you
Yeah.
to do it. And I was like,
He thanked
yes.
me and he gave me a kiss on my hand. It was
Wow.
it was a lovely little brief session. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta be on Dirty Girls Corner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get your balls a few more times.
And for those of you that may out there in the world that may or may not understand that, it's something that they want.
Yeah.
Totally.
Nothing is
Totally.
unwanted, and that's
Right.
again like the sub-dom relationship.
Part of the
It's-
eroticism.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
something that is wanted, and
The domination is wanted.
yes,
The vehicle by which it's delivered is less important. So
Right.
like for him specifically, I know this couple, and for him specifically, and for my husband as well, it is about the power that I'm wielding. It's not about what I'm doing.
right,
Right.
Right.
And so it's about the attitude that you're showing up with. So whether it's ball kicks or whether it's spanking or whether it's denial or whether it's eating cum from somewhere off of me because I fucking said so.
right.
Mhm.
It's not something like my husband doesn't like cum. My husband doesn't like his balls kicked.
Right.
But if I'm doing it with purpose, it's an
He
energetic
loves the
love exchange.
Exactly.
My
The
dad
energy.
loves tasting and smelling and all of it. Like,
And some
yeah,
do, right?
he just
But like
loves
right.
it.
in that dynamic, yeah, you're right. They
But it-
want it. But it's they're receiving a tremendous amount of energy from that
Right.
exchange
Yes.
that is filling them up.
And
so
I've actually had a lot of, I've never experienced any of that stuff, obviously, but I've had a lot of people say to me that, and I've experienced it from the submissive side, but I've had them say to me like, oh, guys that are like that are gay, or they're not manly.
No,
or
that's
this.
what I'm saying.
I'm
But
one
it
of that
takes-
reaction.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that I say to them, I'm like, you realize that 90% of those men are CEOs of companies.
Oh,
They're literally,
yes.
they're your
The
fucking
most
boss.
powerful,
Yes.
commanding men. Yes.
I always have control in vanilla life of our life. So when we were doing that, I think what people don't realize is it's a complete stress reliever.
yeah.
When I do all those things and I can just
Absolutely.
lose myself
Yeah.
completely,
Letting go.
I would wake up like fucking Mary Poppins the next day. We played till 4 a.m. just doing all kinds of crazy shit.
It's your escape from reality.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
I say that all
So
the time.
I would get up at freaking 6 and take the kids to school, being like,
I'm hearing that I'm like, my night was better than yours.
hello, principal, how are you today?
And how was your night?
Yeah, my great, thank you.
So speaking
Why can't you sit down in your seat straight? Oh, I'm fine. I fell down the stairs.
It absolutely wasn't the 18 dicks that went in me.
It wasn't the multiple sticks that was up my head.
Right, exactly. It wasn't the cane he was spanking me with at all. No big deal. Yeah, I was fine.
So, like, on the topic of cleanup, last night, or was it the night before? I don't know. You got
It
your
all
facial.
blends together.
You got your facial done. And
Oh,
yeah,
I did.
Yeah, and
my walk of glory.
yeah, your walk of glory.
Oh,
That's
it
a
was a
bingo
good
spot.
load too.
It was.
It was a solid.
And-
it was like half of my face. I was like the Phantom of the Opera.
So we're walking by. So this morning, or yesterday, yeah, it was this morning, and we're having breakfast. And my cuck was like, "Yeah," he goes, "Scarlett had a lot of cum all over her face," and I was like, "Yeah, she did." He goes, "Why didn't anybody clean it up?"
He totally
And I was
could've
like-
eaten it.
I was like,
All you had to do was
"You know
ask.
what?" I said, "You should have cleaned it up." I said, "Why didn't you do it?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "I didn't think about it." I was like, "Well, next time you see
Next time.
someone, ask me
Yes.
to clean
I'll
them
get
up."
another one for him.
Yeah.
How about that?
There we go.
No problem.
And it was like, so
I'll take
Exactly. She just made that sound like, oh, that's fine. I'll do it again.
Like an everyday
I have a
thing.
can-do attitude. Don't worry about it.
Always there to hype up her slut sisters.
Oh.
But yes, I think that everybody, like you said earlier, everybody's dynamics are so different, but we all still are kind of the same. We all still
Totally.
have the
Yeah.
same end game,
Yeah, the
energy.
end goal
You
is
know,
well, and that's
the
what it's
same.
about, right? It's all about, you know,
Empowerment.
what your own expression is and living into it to its fullest.
Yeah.
And allowing that to kind of just really seep into you and become a part of who you are, because we're always taught to be so separate and to compartmentalize our sexuality from the rest of our life.
Mhm.
And when you have an opportunity to live it out loud and to just fucking be who you are,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you can't, once you experience that, you can't you can't separate it out anymore,
Right.
right? I mean, yes,
Okay,
we can
but
all
You can't unring the bell.
right, and we
Right,
can
yeah.
all exist very well in vanilla life. That's not the thing.
Right.
I'm finding it difficult, I have to say.
Yeah.
Well, I look at my neighbors and I'm like, you're really boring.
Yeah.
I used to like you.
Yeah.
No, I
Having
get that.
girlfriends
And you
and-
start
I
to
know.
like, because of how we've been able to create this kind of community,
Mm-hmm.
it does make it easier to gravitate toward people who you can be 100% real with.
Yes.
Right.
In
So,
all
so there's a
aspects of life.
saying that says, your vibe attracts your tribe.
I love that.
And so you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
If you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's like I can see someone across the hall and be like,
Like,
their
they're
lifestyle.
into it.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just know,
Yeah.
right? So you go into a
And-
vanilla world and it's like,
and that's true.
uh,
Like
you're
going to a
welcome.
restaurant, and I was down in Fort Myers this summer, and I was eating my dessert, and then this black guy that was sitting like 5 tables by himself.
were you like,
He well, you know, like how I was
We never
eating,
know how we attract
he
them,
was
but
like,
something.
"You really do like that dessert, don't you?"
yeah, you
and I
know.
was like, "Oh,
I'm
yeah."
enjoying it. At this point you were like,
Yeah.
yes.
What's funny is the older I get, I don't care who knows what I do.
Yeah.
We're the same way.
You know, and I mean, all of my coworkers know. My brother even knows. You know, because someone has to know where I go. You know,
Right.
when something
Something
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it was like last night. You know, that tragic thing happened at the Travis
Yes.
Scott.
Yes, yes.
You
Which
know?
is exactly where my husband told his parents we were.
Oh
my
my God, no! Really?
Oh,
And
yeah.
So, and I knew this
Wow.
morning. I was like, shit! I need to call home.
Right.
Yeah.
To let them know that I was nowhere near that.
Yeah.
Right, right. And I thought about that this morning too, because
Yes.
everyone knows I'm in Houston, but they don't know where I'm at.
Yes.
Right? And we're just in Houston hanging out.
Yes.
And they hear this so
Horrible
happens to
story.
have
Yes.
Houston and 8 people dead. I'm like,
Yeah. So, but I mean, it is.
We're much
but-
safer.
Someone called
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
They were on the phone with someone. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just on a retreat right now." I was like, "I fucking love that. I'm on a retreat."
Oh, retreat is always what
Retreat
oh
I
is
yeah,
always
it's
the way to
it's
go.
a
It's
matter
always-
one.
I'm at work
But
training.
but then they yeah, work is good. Yeah,
Work
that's
training.
good. Yeah, you say retreat, they're like, well, so they start asking questions. Well, what kind of retreat?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
Wow.
it's a woman's retreat.
Yeah.
A church
it's a
retreat.
woman's
Yeah.
right.
I
It
think
is
some
an
like
empowered
right, says
Mormon
that's
retreat.
what's going on
There you
here.
go.
Yeah, it's a Mormon event. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing now. yeah,
But, so,
that's I get you.
I do. The older you get, the more I don't
less
give
fucks
a
you
fuck.
get,
The
yeah.
less fucks I get, and
Yeah.
you can take me or you can leave me.
You sound like me. I say the same thing even to my friends. And it's like, my husband's like, why did you tell our friends? And I said, at this point, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care
and I
what
was
they
with my
know.
coworkers,
Right.
but you were fine with my sugar daddy paying for half of the house in Florida. Wasn't you? You know exactly who paid for half your house.
Right.
You know, so
They're more
They love
curious
my
than
kids.
anything else.
Oh,
yeah.
They'll ask you all the
Yeah.
questions. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, so tell us about this. And it's like,
you do get more questions because everyone has that.
there's always a freak in everyone,
There's a
all right? There's a
freak in
freak in
everyone.
everyone. That,
And
and it's a
so-
desire to be there, to cross that line also. They won't do it, but they're like, So, I'll give you another story. So, we go to Eyes Wide with my niece. So, my niece knows that we're in the lifestyle. I mean, at this point, I'm like, oh, the fuck, who knows? We're in the lifestyle. Yeah, we're in the lifestyle. But the reason why she was asking questions is because she was interested too. And so now she's in the lifestyle, and we went to Eyes, and we went with one of our friends that are here. She's like, oh, this, and I was like, this is such and such, her name. I said, I'll call her Tootsie. This is Tootsie, and she's like, oh, how you doing? So they liked each other, and it was like, at that point, we were leaving. So we were here. She's like, my gosh, I loved your friend. I'm like, yeah, that's my niece. She's like, that's your niece? Yeah, and they're just curious, right? And so, and I tell her that they're newbies, so they're a little scared, and I'm like, don't be scared, just live your life, right? You only fucking live once,
Yeah.
right? Live your life,
Exactly.
enjoy,
Authentic self.
have a good time. What
Yes.
you do within the compounds of your home and your room, it's your business.
Yeah.
Nobody else's. I mean,
Yeah.
you're married, you're together. Fuck it, enjoy yourself. So now she's more like, so what are you doing, DT? And I'm like, well,
Don't
here
worry
I
about
am.
me, girl.
And I was with Dee and Mr. Mocha was downstairs, and I'm like, ooh, cool. And she's like, ooh. And she's like, I said, let's see, girl. She's like,
God.
so yeah, and then it was
Oh.
Mr. Mocha's birthday. And it was Dee's birthday at the same time. Yeah.
Right.
They're like, yes, my birthday.
Every day. No, it's not.
And it's my birthday tomorrow too.
Right.
Every day.
That was like similar with one of our older kids. Like we told our oldest daughter, because I think I've said it 1,000 times, but Mr. Mocha used to travel 6 days out of 7. And I would have Dix over.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the only one without a bedtime, so I was always scared she would like get up and be like,
Go in the room.
oh my God, you're cheating on Dad. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so we're just going to tell you. So we tell her, she was the easiest one to tell. She is my kid, so I would understand why she's a freak. I know that she is, okay? And she was like,
Apple doesn't fall far.
exactly. We knew this long ago, but so I tell her, and she was like, oh, okay, well, I'm bi, and I've been looking at this club, and it's called Trapeze, and blah, 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 blah. She was like barely, just like 17, about to be 18. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's great, because I didn't know how far we could go, or like, is there a line? Like, it's your kid, so you don't really know. And finally, I think like a month later, because we were hosting at Trap all the time. I was so scared. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
She gonna show up one night.
She's gonna show up. And it's
Exactly.
Like,
So I was like, so just let me know if you're going. And she was like, oh, why, Mom? Because I'll throw it out there. It's whatever. She's old enough now, but she had a fake ID.
Oh,
that we
yeah,
knew
yeah.
about, so she was going to try to get in.
Right.
And she was like, oh, I was thinking about going like whatever weekend. And I was like, don't go that weekend. Well, but why, Mom? Just don't go. Just don't go. And then I was like, you know what? We host parties there. I just don't show up. Do you want to be there with your mom? She was like, I don't care. I was like, I care. Don't go. I care.
Kids
Do
are
not
like,
show
I
up.
don't care. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't know. I'm good. Thanks. I've seen your ass since you were small. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
It could be a little different, when your kids know. Like all of our kids know now.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good situation how they knew or how they found out.
Ooh.
Yeah, so my youngest, she doesn't really care, but she kind of does. But she got an iPad, and she's like, Daddy, can I use your iPad? And you know how sometimes your phone syncs with your iPad, right?
Yeah, I know that.
well, shit.
Y'all been there.
Well,
So
shit.
the pictures were not on the iPad, but it synced with his phone.
Oh.
So she goes in there and she's like, and what does she see? She sees Mom getting fucked by this young bull. And I'm just, yes.
Oh my God.
So then,
It's not
then she
funny,
tells,
but
then
She was like, she sees her mom getting fucked by a young bull.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mom.
and then she tells her sister, but she had a 19. She still has, well, he's older now, but he was 19 years old, just about 19 years old, a boyfriend. She's 16, and she's like, why would you do that, Dad? Why would you do? She just went off, and she's like, I said, let me tell you something. What happens in this home stays in this home, right? You don't tell other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to her boyfriend. I said, are you fucking her? And he's just looking at me like, I said, are you fucking her? And he's like, yes, ma'am. She was 16. He was on 19. I was like, how do you want this to go? Mom! Hey, sometimes,
A secret
children
for a
don't know.
secret.
Exactly.
Secret.
Because, we can get him arrested.
Right,
Yeah.
press charges.
Yeah.
Right?
You fucking her?
Don't threaten me.
Yeah. So, but
Don't
they know the
threaten
good thing
fun
is
size.
they do know.
So who's gonna get to bingo first?
Oh,
Let's get
Naughty.
serious.
I don't know.
Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Naughty's one
I gotta
away.
look at my card
Naughty
here.
is one away.
Our friend Dirty Slut came in here.
Dirty slut.
I think Dirty might win too.
Oh, dirty.
Oh.
I am
hard.
so fucking behind. I'm so Mrs. Mocha's looking real good.
There, so I
posted
So
it.
place your bets.
It is
open
not
sesame.
me.
if I can get a
Airtight,
airtight
right?
in today,
You get a
We gotta bang out a bunch of
LB
can do between
And
us.
liquid
Yeah,
bingo.
we're gonna do a lot of hot tub shit today. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
we're knocking those out.
Yeah, I mean,
Put out the honey and attract the bees. And
is it gonna be a bingo bitch?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
When,
Bingo
okay,
bitch!
so when you win, you have to put it in our chat. Bingo bitch. That is the thing.
I think you're the
You
closest.
gotta call it.
Yeah.
You
only
don't
got one,
call it if one of us gets it first.
Right,
Doesn't count.
exactly.
So you gotta.
Well, like,
you gotta
and here's the
get-
thing though, is like the cuckolding one is
You just
not
gotta get
online.
that DP and you're good.
Yeah. Well, I just gotta get anal and I'm good.
That's true.
Yeah. You're looking real good.
Yeah.
They're naughty.
Yeah.
I'm fucking, yeah, I'm so behind. I gotta make up for lost time. That's why I'm
We
like.
should have had ones for numbers.
Well, but they're
Isn't there wine
Usually
glass on
click-
here?
usually
No,
just click
Yeah,
the
they're
button.
using.
Yeah.
That's how I won my wine glass. I was
Yeah.
the busiest slut.
Ah.
For 47 plus or minus.
Ah, okay, okay, I
I'm
remember
sure.
that.
I know. My husband gave me a goal of 45. I'm only at 10.
Listen,
Like,
listen.
Tonight's gonna get
Saturday
got a
night
long
is
day
a
after
fun.
No, this is how you do that.
Popping off.
This is how you do
I
that.
should have done it last night, but I
You
left.
go
that
in the
one.
dark room at some point, and you just let whoever comes in come in.
How do we know about that?
I know.
How-
you
how
can't.
would
Because this
you know?
bitch, because this bitch waited till the last night last time and fucking upped her numbers by 25 on the
Well,
She already won bingo. I was like, I gotta get
I thought
competitive.
I was gonna get a
But-
few in last night, but I got annihilated like off the gate. I should have waited for that one.
yeah.
You-
I was there.
I should have waited till the end for that.
Just
The Pepsi
mushroom.
kid. The Pepsi kid.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Pepsi can.
Yeah.
I
Question.
was like, no.
Yeah,
that was
question?
yeah.
About some, I don't want to say their name though.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do a little
How big
Nick,
is he?
a little Nicky name.
It's
Oh, delightful.
how big though?
Like, are you asking if he would hit the 10-inch mark?
No, I'm asking if I could have him fuck my ass.
Ooh.
Who we talking?
everybody said.
Who is it now?
Ooh.
It's our friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love his dick.
I love his dick too, but I don't know if
I'd
I'd
let him put it in my ass. I
Yeah?
haven't.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he could get anything he wants on me.
Oh.
He's awesome.
I know
Yeah.
who we're talking about.
We're talking today. We're gonna probably after this, I'm gonna be like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
And they're like, bingo, bitch.
Yeah.
Call my number, bingo.
We'll be waiting.
Exactly. Okay. If nobody else has anything to say, we're not
Wrap
gonna
it up.
have any music at all today, so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Mocha will like make
Yeah,
some.
put
He'll
some.
probably
You guys
add some
beatbox or something?
No.
some music. Anyways, thank everybody. Thank
Dirty
you
girls
so much.
and all
Yes,
that.
cheers. Yeah, cheers.
Let's
Yay.
go get fucked.
Let's go get fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And goodbye from the Mochas.
Bye.